But some people that were in the Nation of Islam decided that if they didn't agree with him anymore, and that he was a threat, and then they were assassinated.
Malcolm X had friends, but he also had enemies. People didn't like the way that he protests because they said he was aggressive. But I feel like he was a great leader, and he really put his point across about racism and how white people treated black people in a very bad way.
This is good.
So Ella Baker is next. And what's your question? Yeah, go ahead.
It's just like Booker T. Washington.
Yes, sir.
He was a principal and he was a teacher for blacks.
Yes, sir. Yes, he was. He was a vocational skills teacher, so he taught you things, how to work with your hands and how to have a job.
Sign language?
How to
No.
things like building, like when you build things from the ground up, like you're an engineer. Or
I'm about to be an engineer.
Yeah, like so he thought learning that way was very helpful, which is has been. So Ella Baker is next. She was also a civil rights activist, and she worked for a number of civil rights organizations. She's worked for the NAACP, sorry. And she was also a part of the fight against Jim Crow laws in her organization called In Friendship. So that was a fight against Jim Crow laws, which were laws that were segregation laws, as I told you earlier, with segregation laws. So just remember that she's a co-founder of In Friendship, and she also worked for the NAACP. Okay? All right. And then we have Floyd Norman. So how many of you watch Disney Channel?
Me.
I watch Raven.
So do you know?
I watch Raven.
Do you know Sleeping Beauty, Mulan, The Jungle Book?
I don't watch that. I only watch Raven song.
Okay. Well, he helped create those movies. Did you know that?
He did?
He was the first African American animator for Disney. Floyd Norman. Okay, remember that. Disney. Remember? Okay. Then we have Dorothy Heights.
Dorothy.
Yes, Dorothy Heights.
Like
Repeat after me. Dorothy Heights.
Dorothy Heights.
All right.
From the
Like the Wizard of Oz. Okay, so she was a civil rights matriarch. So she really stood behind civil rights, and she worked with people like MLK during Martin Luther King Jr. during his I Have a Dream speech. She was on his team. She was there. Yeah, she was there for all of that. She was also the executive director of YWCA. So YWCA was for women. It's like what the YMCA was.
Was she a session?
No, she just died of old age.
You're moaning her.
She is also one of the latest faces to be honored and immortalized on U.S. postage stamps. Postage stamps as well. And then we have Claudette Colvin. Repeat after me, Claudette Colvin.
Claudette Colvin.
Yes, very good. She was also a part of civil rights, and what she did was she was actually before Rosa Parks. She sat down on the bus. She was 15 years old, so she was a little younger than me. She was 15 years old. She sat down on the bus, and she did not give up her seat. And but she was before Rosa Parks, so this is not Rosa Parks. This
That's
is
something I would do.
Colvin.
So she was older than her?
Claudette Colvin Claudette Colvin was younger than Rosa Parks.
It just happened before.
But it happened before Rosa Parks did her sit on the bus, okay? So she was in Alabama, which is deep in the South, and she refused to give up her seat on the bus months before Rosa Parks, and she was arrested, and she was only 15 and they arrested her. Crazy?
That's
right.
attention.
But after being arrested, they called it unconstitutional, which just means unjust. And they changed that law that you had to give your seat up on the bus. She could sit wherever she wanted. And she moved to New York. And she became a medical professional. So she ended up doing really good for herself. And lastly, we have Carter G. Woodson. I saved the best for last for y'all.
That looks like
So-
George Washington.
That
looks like an old
George Washington.
That looks like an
He's a
old
little
girl.
darker than Carter G. Woodson. But yes, Carter G. Woodson is so important, and I want y'all to know this because he's the reason why we have Black History Month now.
What?
Yes, he's the man. He's the man who made it happen. So,
Is he dead?
is Carter G. Woodson dead? Yes. Unfortunately, he is.
So all of these people up
He
here
was
are
an
dead.
Yes, all of them have passed. Carter G. Woodson was an American historian. He wrote everything Black history. He wrote about our lives, how we were kings and queens, and how we were brung into slavery in the past, and how that affects us
Is he
now,
dead?
and how it affected us
All
then.
of them are
Yes,
dead.
all of them passed. So he made Black History Week. At first, Black History Month was just a week.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We didn't get a whole month, unfortunately. But he stood by our people, and he created it and stood by his message and made it and fought for it to be a month. And even then, it's the shortest month out of all the months in the year,
It's still important.
but it's very important. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the reason why we picked February is because of Abraham Lincoln and then Frederick.
Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln's birthday falls in February, so that's why he chose it to be that week. So yes, so these are all your historical Black figures that have changed our world as you know it today. And you just really want to remember these people. And I'm going to break you guys up into groups because you will be taking a test. But it's going to be a group test. So y'all can help each other.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I hope you don't pass.
All right, so remember your number.
Number 1.